10,000 gecs by the band 100 gecs is an album that only children of the 90s could have written. It is laced with nostalgia for a happier time, but also looks forward with dejected apathy and cynicism. Take, for example, the first song off the album, Dumbest Girl Alive. At the beginning, we hear a mock THX sound, also known as a deep note. If you're not familiar, this used to be the sound that played in movie theaters to announce Lucasfilm's state-of-the-art sound technology. This was because, of course, until 2003, THX was owned by Lucasfilm. So if you were a child watching Indiana Jones or Star Wars, which, let's be honest, was most children, you heard this sound. However, this sound in the song comes and goes quickly. You don't have a lot of time to place it because a blistering guitar riff comes in after it. This one plays for about 30 seconds, so you might be able to identify its similar tonality to the song Last Resort from Papa Roach. Then we get a brief respite with a cleaner guitar that sounds like Linkin Park before we hit with synths straight out of Skrillex's back catalog. And okay, I'm not the first one to have these thoughts about how 100 gecs have an ability to recycle sound. Pitchfork explained in their review of this album, the internet is an earwig that has broken millennials' brains. Like being hit in the face with pies for approximately 26 minutes, two best friends having the greatest time of their life, throwing all the dankest shit from the musical file cabinet while you accept your ridiculous fate. It's a reevaluation of the most déclassé and dunderheaded rock genres that roiled the 2000s, positing that when it's not delivered by misogynistic frat guys, it can be terrific music. But I think that's an oversimplification of what's happening here in this album. Here's why. Pitchfork implies that the internet has made millennials need this type of music. Dare say I even crave it, because their dank memes aren't enough. Here's where they're wrong. This album isn't about the internet, or memes, or jokes. It's about nostalgia. Each of these sounds that Dylan Brady and Laura Les, the two members of this band, are pulling from, comes from their childhood. Both of them were born in 1993 and 1994, respectively. And as someone who comes from around the same time period, I have heard all these sounds on a regular basis. And when I hear them recycled back to me in a blended pop song, it doesn't make me laugh. It takes me back to a simpler time when I was a kid, and things felt right with the world. But now I'm in my 30s, looking back at the world, and I'm not happy with the way I see things. And yeah, maybe when I listen, I might feel like the dumbest girl, or boy, in this case, alive. Maybe I do feel like I won't make my dreams happen on the song Hollywood Baby, which, by the way, sounds like the love child of Blink-182 and Green Day. I want to go back to the days when I'm watching TV, eating Doritos and Fritos and burritos while I'm watching something with Danny DeVito. Because now, in 2023, I'm cynical. I can't buy a house. I want to fight for my dream, but I feel like when I push that way, others that are older look back at me with fear and skepticism. So yeah, Pitchfork, 10,000 gecs isn't a couple pies to the face. Instead, it's a callback to a simpler time when we used to feel like the world hadn't screwed us yet. But I get it. It's hard to see that when you're caught up in how it's connected with a genre you chose not to understand, like nu metal. It's hard to see if you discount millennials and how they see the world like you have for years. So sure, see this album as a joke if you want. But for me, and others like me, it feels like solidarity through musical nostalgia. Have you heard this album before? What do you think about it? Is it a joke? Nostalgia-driven cynicism? Let me know in the comments below. Let's talk about music. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Know that I don't have anything against Pitchfork. I just think that sometimes they can't see the forest through the trees. I hope this helps. Love you all.